looking at?
Please note, this podcast contains discussion of murder, crime, and other topics some listeners may find distressing. It may also include adult language, so listener discretion is advised.
In the Federation, crime is considered illogical, rare, and beneath the ideals of advanced civilization. But in deep space, where warp fields twist reality and justice is filtered through prime directives and political treaties, murder still finds a way. These are the stories of the Space Crime Continuum.
Here we go. If you're looking for, well, you know the rest.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a weird glitch in the Matrix story.
I have one, I think. If you're looking for a podcast that talks about eggnog.
What about a list of my favorite horror films?
Or just a general discussion about baseball.
Then this is the podcast for you. Yeah.
I almost said something else. I don't know.
Where are we? It's that's Haley. I'm Sarah. And this is the Space Crime Continuum. The Star Trek True Crime mashup. You didn't ask for him, but here it is. Love it. Okay. Baseball.
So who knew?
We're apparently baseball fans, like the biggest ever. Like, let's go buy a pack of cards, girl. Get some gum.
This is it. We can trade player cards.
Yeah.
We can. So, I mean, this is okay for people. Okay, just relax.
Calm down. Deep breath.
It was the third game of the World Series last night. It was the longest game in World Series history, 37 innings. Fucking hell. Like I could not look away. My body ached from just lying on the couch. I considered like making a full plate of nachos at 10:45 p.m. because I was like, I guess I'm hunkering down.
Yeah.
And I at one point I just said, oh God, just please hit it out of the. And it was Freeman was up, and I was like, hit it out of bounds.
And he won them the World Series last year, so like him coming up, you're just like,
these guys. I like you am a baseball fan in that I've gone to a few games in Seattle. I have never seen the Blue Jays play, but I'm a bandwagon fan / real fan because I have like an old baseball hat that legit I bought as a fan like earlier before they got to the World Series, and then like I immediately went on Aritzia and got like another hat. All of my baseball hats except for my original Blue Jays hat are from Aritzia, so I have a bunch of Yankees hats too, and people are like, oh yeah, the Yankees. I'm like, sir, this is a fashion hat. I don't know anything about that team. Anyway, I was like looking up the T on these baseball players. I was looking up all sorts of shit. And my new favorite player on the Dodgers is Muncy because he keeps fucking up in our favor. I'm like, oh, Muncy, error in our favor.
Get some new glasses, bud. You can't see what you're doing. Like, what the fuck? I know.
I was like, oh my God, Muncy's up to play. He's just going to get struck out. No, he's just out at first.
You can't catch, can't throw, didn't know where to go with it. Like, just...
Oh, the ball's not in your gloves, son. Like, what's up?
He's just catching butterflies out in the outfield, like looking at angels in the outfield. Jesus Christ. My favorite player is Kirk. Like, I love Kirk. I remember when we went to a game last year in Toronto, we were sitting right behind the bullpen. So I remember seeing him warm up and stuff. I'm like, who's this guy? And like, he's such a phenomenal player. And every time he comes out, I'm like, yeah, it's the little guy. Like, I've given nicknames to everybody. He's a phenomenal player. I love Kirk. Springer, I have a hard time watching him because of the knee, and it just bums me out because I know he's in a lot of pain and he has other issues and he got injured last night. Barger is a new fave because Barger's been killing it, but then he was out. They put in a pinch guy for him and then couldn't put him back in. They're like, oh shit, if I knew we were going to play for another 5 hours, we would have kept him.
I know.
Oh my God. Vladdy is great. I mean, I love Vladdy in general. He's just a cool guy and he's out there just like dancing and having fun. Like he's the one that makes me happy because it's like he's the guy who's remembering. I'm at the World fucking Series.
Yeah, he's loving
like I'm loving my life right now. This is great.
Yeah.
Varsho fucking caught everything last night. Fucking
He
Cyclops because he's got very close set eyes, so I call him Cyclops.
Yes, yeah, I call him Dalton, like a dolt,
Yeah,
because I'm not a huge fan. No offense.
No, he got some great catches last night. So
Yeah, thank God. Just not the best batter.
But like, there's so many people who were injured by the end. I was just like, Jesus, we've got nobody. They're going to start pulling people. They're going to call guys to wake up. Wake up! We need you to come down here quick. Anyway,
sorry,
this isn't a baseball podcast, so our apologies. But it's also not a Harry Potter podcast. But let me show you what I built. I got this little because like when I was on strike, I'd come home and I had afternoons pretty much free. I got this 3D paper puzzle. I mean, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the Gringotts Bank for those who can't see it. And then you turn it, and then there's
for those who can't see it.
You can see stuff inside of it. And it came with 4 little buildings. There's also the Quidditch shop.
Oh my God.
And then there's like Quidditch supplies, little characters. Like they're all just like cardboard. There's no cutting or gluing required. It's just a puzzle with like little
folding
punch out pieces. There's also a wizard wheezes or whatever it's called, and Ollivanders. And this is what you get, like a piece of cardboard that you punch out what the parts are that you need, and then you put it together. Isn't that fun?
Anyway. That's great. Oh, that is lovely.
Anyway, Glitch in the Matrix story, because it's spooky season. I have one for you. This is fucked up. This happened to me like a month ago. So I have an Oral-B electric toothbrush, right? Pink, love it. Great for my teeth, love it. Not a problem. But whenever I would have like fake nails, the nails, I'd have a hard time pushing the sensor to get the toothbrush going. So it started to rip a little bit the plastic. So it was kind of the metal was exposed. And I was like, oh shit, like I've kind of worn out my toothbrush, right? And then one day after I was brushing my teeth, it wouldn't turn off. Like it would not, my toothbrush would not turn off. It was like just vibrating everywhere. I put it on the recharger thing to try to turn it off. Yeah. Nothing. Like it wouldn't. So I was ready to snap it in half, but I was not strong enough. So I was like, so I said to Brad, I'm like, I have to go. It's wrapped up in a towel in the sink, like just going. So if you hear something weird, because he was in the garage, I'm like, that's my toothbrush. And then I came home and he's like, I fixed it. Like I got it to turn off. I'm like, okay, great, sweet. So I recharged it. Not a problem. It was fine. But when I was putting it in the sink, like I was kind of like running around with the idea of like, where should I put this? Like maybe I'll put it in the office and close the doors to the dog. Like I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, so yeah, he fixed it. And because that happened like overnight. So anyway, so I didn't brush my teeth in the morning for some reason. So I was running late, but I knew he fixed it. So I was like, not thinking about it. And then that night I go to brush my teeth and I'm like, where's my toothbrush? And he's like, I have no idea. And it was wrapped in the towel on my chair in the office. But I'd never put it in here. I thought about putting it in here, but the only place I had hid it was I left it in the bathroom where Brad fixed it, and never did I move it. I did not move my toothbrush. And Brad swears he didn't touch it. I kept bugging him for days, being like, you fucking did it. Just tell me. He's like, I didn't. So my toothbrush got moved. It got wrapped up and moved into the office, and I never got an explanation for how that happened. And I
want to cry. Like that broke again.
And I threw it out. It is done. So I used a normal poor man's toothbrush. But yeah, I was just like looking everywhere for like, where is it? Like you're hiding it. And he's like, I have no idea where you put it. And I'm like, why would it be in the office? The office has been closed because I've been on strike. Like,
yeah, my heart.
I have no idea if a ghost put it there, if in a different timeline I put it in there like I thought I would do as an option, or if aliens did it, Bigfoot. I don't know. Whatever. I never knew what happened. And to this, like, it bugs me. It really upsets me that I don't know what the fuck happened to my toothbrush, how it went from being in the bathroom into the office.
I don't like that.
It's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think like the night after that or the next, maybe there was a frequency, because I follow like different like witchy TikToks that talk about like when resonances and frequencies come that like change things. Because I also had a dream in a dream that night, and you were in it. It was like I had a dream about, let's say, I'm gonna get pizza and I dropped it in a puddle, and then I'm having a dream where I'm telling you, I'm like, oh, I had the weirdest dream last night where I was like getting pizza and I dropped it in a puddle, and it was a dream in a dream, and then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, really. And
just weird, just weird vibes.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Ooh,
what's going on with you?
Well, my glitch in the Matrix story is from a long time ago, not recent like yours. And I don't know if this is glitch in the Matrix or not. I have two. One is where my mom saw me in the house when I wasn't there.
Ooh.
And
Doppelganger.
I know. And the other one
Scary.
is it was the weirdest thing, like 14 years old, maybe at my like friend's house, look across the street, and the house across the street is like on fire inside. Like there's a big picture window, there's other windows, there's flames inside. And we're like, oh my God. And so like yell for her mom. Her mom comes and she goes, they're on vacation. We have to call the fire department. We call the fire department and the fire department's like, okay, what's the address? And they're like, well, it's across the street from us. Our address is blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, what's the other address? Like, anyway, we go to look outside. The entire street, this is just in an afternoon, the entire street is filled with white smoke. We can't see across the street now. And I'm like, oh my God, like the fire must have like gone nuts. We can't see it. And so the fire department comes. By the time they come, the house is no longer on fire. They go and they feel the windows. They're cold. The street has cleared of all of the weird fucking fog. And they're like, next time call us when there's a real fire. But like an adult saw it. And so we were like, what the fuck is this? And the flames in the window, I don't believe in this kind of stuff, but they were like red, not orange, like regular flames, like
This was
brake light red.
across the street from your parents' house?
No, across the street from my friend's house in the same city, but
In
like
the same area?
ish, like
Because
within the same sort of like couple kilometers probably.
have you ever heard the old ghost story about Shelburne Street turning into an old-timey street people don't recognize as they're driving down it at night?
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, is that kind of close? And I was like, I wonder if this is like part of it. That's weird. That's a
It was so
creepy story.
fucking bizarre. It was bizarre, and we were like, thanks for making us feel bad. Like we all saw this. And then like not being able to see outside after like a fire extinguisher had
Imagine
gone
if you
off,
had
but,
a
like,
camera and you took a picture of it.
I
Like
know,
what would it have looked like?
exactly.
Maybe your phone would have been dead. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
what would have been recorded? Like who knows?
love that stuff.
Oh,
Great
well,
updates.
thanks.
Yeah.
You
All right. Should we?
Yeah. Do you want more? I have some girl banter.
I'd love some girl banter.
So after the last episode we recorded, I had the Black September Wikipedia page open for like 24 hours by accident, the Palestinian terrorist organization. So now I'm on another list. But and then I got to tell you, I had every intention of watching this episode that we're going to be discussing, but I haven't yet. But I wrote this prior to. So I start with seeing this episode.
Liar.
I can't just tell a lie. Seeing this episode reminded me how much I love Voyager and also Chakotay. So I look up Robert Beltran because I was like, what's up? And then I got distracted by a comment on a literal T thread about him on Reddit and how there would be more details of his bad behavior on the new Voyager documentary. And I was like, documentary? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I think I've heard about this.
So apparently it's this long-awaited independent thing that was a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or whatever. And it's like finally come out a few months ago, but it was supposed to come out like years ago. Anyway, apparently it's really bad or it's really good. The comments are like 50-50. Also, apparently there's a DS9 documentary that is really good. You know about this. Good.
I haven't seen it, but
yeah, fair.
It's hard to find some of these things in Canada.
It is totally. Also, why mess with a good thing? The original documentary that is the best, Trekkies. Anyway, so like the Voyager documentary is being shredded on this thread, and meanwhile I'm like, why am I reading about this documentary when I was originally looking up Robert Beltran? So I go back to the T thread, and it's all about him behaving like a person who's been like disrespected. The only bad thing I've heard the other cast members say about him was a rumor that they went to see a play he was performing in between seasons, and their response was, Beltran can actually act. Like Garrett and RDM, Tom Paris, would apparently regularly get frustrated with him because Robert would often not be able to recall lines that had a lot of technical jargon. And when they heard that he was playing in Hamlet, they were like, And it turns out he's just like perfectly capable of memorizing his lines when he actually gives a shit about the material. And apparently he was great in his play. Now, I remember the one time we were at STLV and we caught him on stage, and I was like, not acutely aware of my like hall pass level attraction for him. And I remember him treating us like all kind of shitty. Like he was kind of rude. This is back when they did the small rooms for the main stage stuff. You remember when Giles was like, oh, Patrick Stewart, where were you when the London bombings happened? And what do you think about that? While he was like dressed as him in uniform.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. These guys really put up with a lot from us. Anyway, so in this thread that I'm reading about him, it just destroyed any chance of him getting a hall pass, because I learned that he only joined the show Voyager because the chick who was going to be playing Janeway at first was some sort of like crush of his, not jealous. And she left.
Oh, the French actress. She was
from Canada. Was all butthurt about it. And I'm like, you've been hired for a job? And then I wrote, oh no, now I'm mad. Luteal phase, more like brutal phase.
For those of you listening that have a bingo card, you can now stamp Haley brings up her luteal phase. Every episode.
Well, it's the sketch. Someone said that at several cons they worked at, Beltran required a limo to be waiting for him at all times.
Well, same. Come on.
Also, yeah, right. Also, remember when we took like a limo from the airport the first time? It was just like a sedan. Also, I have to be clear that I have no hall pass. But anyway, if I'm famous, I'm gonna have a limo at all times, and inside the limo, pickles at all times. Also, apparently, he was attending conventions and breaking the rules during the actors' strike, and he was talking about and I fucking hope Fran Drescher doesn't know about this, because that woman needs to be protected at all costs. I read more stuff about him being a, quote, right-wing crank, and it also, he had, like, been tweeting some mean shit, and then he would be like, I said what I said, which I, like, sort of respect, like, be accountable. It sounds like he was just, like, a guy who did a job because he needed the money, and he's not, like, a true Trek fan. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Yeah.
That's fine.
How the cookie? Well, you know the rest.
Plus, this is all just stuff on Reddit, so how much do we know is, like...
Yeah. This is it. So I tried to find out more about him on his Wikipedia page, but it's so badly done. It's like flagged for verification issues, and now I'm on another list. Like, fuck.
I love this.
Yeah, that was supposed to be girl banter, but it was like about Star Trek.
It was Beltran banter.
Beltran banter. Oh, and I found the Voyager documentary on YouTube, and I watched it, but it wasn't about Star Trek at all. It was about like some space probe that apparently we launched in the 70s. I don't know. Oh, also, I forgot the other night I turned the light on and a fucking spider was crawling into the bed, like on the duvet, and I had to hit it with my bare hand, and then I had to stamp on it with my bare foot. I fucking hated it so much. And also, Halloween is coming. Why are trick or treat Snickers now just one fucking square?
They're so small.
Like
there's like the size of a sugar cube, basically. Like
so little.
Maybe it's because we're buying the suppository ones.
You're doing it wrong.
I can make the Snickers disappear. Oh,
you're not yourself when you're hungry. Oh my God.
So good.
Anyway. There you go.
Anyway. All right. The episode.
Yeah.
Do you want? How about I do it? And then you can start us off with the true crime stuff if you want.
Sounds perfect.
But first, here's a note from our from Fansets, all about Fansets.
Hello, listeners and friends. We'd like to take a hot minute to thank our friends at Fansets. As you may or may not know, they are an incredible team of Trek fans that make and sell really cool pins. If you go over to the website fansets.com, I know you won't be disappointed in what you see. They have pins that span the whole Trek universe and are constantly releasing new pins all the time. So head on over to fansets.com, have a look around, and don't forget, if you want to save yourself a couple of bucks, use our special code at checkout, which is TrekGeeks, all caps, one word, and you'll get 10% off your order. And for those of you in the US of A, spend over $30 and you will get free shipping. Fansets. Our pins have character.
Thanks, Fansets. My God, they're so good.
Love them.
Love them. Give me some pins. Christmas is coming. It's like October 28th.
I know.
The time change is coming this weekend.
Oh,
I'm going to Vegas next week. See my baby.
Nice.
I know. I'll have lots to talk about at the next episode of recording because I will have been to 3 VIP parties.
This is your life.
This is my life. We'll see what kind of car world celebrities I run into this time. Like, who cares? Anyway, so episode case file. This is Voyager, The Killing Game, season 4, episode 18. But it's a two-parter. This was one of those double-digit episodes. You know which one I liked was The Year from Hell or The Year of Hell or whatever it was called. That was a great Voyager episode.
My God.
I loved it because like the first time it was aired, like people would have been like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like
totally. It was so
cliffhanger. Like, yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so let's just do a little recap here. The Kazon, could they get any weirder? The Hirogen space predators, who apparently spend too much time at the Ren Fair, are not enough time at therapy, decide they're bored of regular hunting. So their solution, kidnap Voyager, take over the ship, and force the crew into elaborate LARP scenarios using holographic technology, because nothing says fearsome warrior race like making people pretend they're a band of brothers.
Yeah, really.
Have you seen that? I want to watch it. Like, everybody's in it. I've never seen it, though. The first holodeck program, World War II, Janeway is a French resistance fighter. Seven is a sultry nightclub singer who looks one song away from headlining at Quark's. Tuvok's in a suit. The doctor's wearing a Nazi uniform, awkward. And Chakotay, actually, where is Chakotay? Oh, right, he's busy being an American soldier with Harry Kim. Tom Paris is in the French resistance too, because apparently his Starfleet commission comes with free multilingual espionage skills. So what's the catch? The Hirogen mess with everyone's memories, so they actually believe they are their roles. This leads to such gems as Janeway threatening to execute Seven sassing Nazis mid-song, and Paris doing a surprisingly decent job of not dying. Meanwhile, Harry Kim, still chief of ops under alien occupation, gets the thankless job of keeping the holo projectors running so the Hirogen can have their murder cosplay uninterrupted. There's also an entire subplot where Voyager's corridors are a chaotic blend of French cafes, battlefield trenches, and oh look, another exploding bulkhead. It's basically Disneyland for war crime enthusiasts. But memories start coming back and alliances form, and Janeway proves that even in a French skirt suit, she can still out-stargaze space hunters. Oh, sorry, strategize. She can out-strategize space hunters. Stargaze, fuck off. She makes a deal with the Alpha Hirogen and the forced cosplay, share Federation technology so they can hunt holographic prey instead of real people, and maybe stop, like, redecorating my ship like it's a theme park for sociopaths. Anyway, it's a gritty war drama, part holodeck fever dream, and part Star Trek reminder that the holodeck safety protocols should really have actual safety protocols.
No doubt.
It's ridiculous, tense, and the closest Voyager ever comes to looking like a History Channel reenactment, if the History Channel also had alien lizard men lurking in the background. Definitely worth watching again. But yeah, it doesn't really make the bad guys seem all that bad when that's kind of the shtick they come up with. It's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, really.
Oh my God. What are your thoughts on the episode? Do you like it? Do you remember it?
I don't remember it, but I do remember the Kazon and not being a fan. So classic Kazon behavior. CKB.
And like, this would have stood out for me as like one that where it's like, oh my God, they're not in their uniforms. Like, they're dressed up.
Yeah.
It's like, those were always kind of fun when I was younger. I used to like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when we want to talk about, like, how do you translate this into the real world? Because we've got lizard men using holographic technology. So, not really something that we have in this world. But this does have like elements of people like faking scenarios to put people into dire situations. And
Little
there's
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, and there's also like kind of the hunting people type of shtick. So that's where we went for our two cases. Do you want to start with the first one? And then after this ends in 10 minutes, we'll start a new Zoom and I can do the second true crime tangent.
That sounds good. This first one sounds disgusting, so well done.
Yeah, trigger warning for everybody. These are both horrible.
Like these are cases. quite gross, but I mean, that's what we're here for. Anatoly Slivko. Okay, so this is what's up. He was an infamous Soviet serial killer. Around 1964 to 1985, these crimes occurred where he would lure boys aged 11 to 15 by deceptively promising them that they'd participate in a controlled hanging experiment for youth club performances. The kids would black out, lose consciousness, and then the Anatoly would have his way with them, and then kill them, and then burn their remains. So that's nice. And he filmed it and photographed it. This all sort of started when he saw a car accident as a young boy, and he was turned on by the car accident. I think we've all seen Crash.
James Spader.
Where he's in love with the car. And anyway, so this is like that, only grosser. And he was like super into the whole crash, death and dismemberment, blood everywhere. So he also was attracted to other men, and he didn't want to think about that or talk about that. So he would just channel those feelings into hunting these boys and gaining their trust, telling them what to eat or not eat, before filming the documentary of this controlled hanging. And then he would like literally hang these kids. Over the course of 22 years, he persuaded 43 boys to take part in this. In 36 cases, they were revived and cautioned by him into silence. Mm-hmm. So these kids went back and lived their own lives.
Yeah, because like he had access to these kids because he started up like a boys club in his community, and there was
like a YMCA kind of thing.
Yeah, like a Boy Scout type thing, where it's like, you know, let's like. So people in the community didn't see any red flags. They thought he was like, what a nice guy for like having a boys club in town so that the kids don't get into trouble.
Ew. Oh God. And he did a whole bunch of things to their bodies after that I won't go into, but like just use your imagination. He took like pictures and stuff that he used to get off later. And this piece of shit was executed by shooting on September 16th, 1989. Some of the victims were Nikolai Alesky, Alexander Andrei, Sergei Vyacheslav, mm-hmm. Sergei Pavlov were his victims. And
there were 7 that died. Yeah.
That's so fucking sad. And fuck this guy. Just to like bring it back to the episode, just the parallels, deception leading to forced participation in a staged pseudoscientific scenario, manipulation of consciousness. The victims were unaware of the true danger, similar to the crew being trapped in their holographic simulations, and then filming things akin to how the Herogen derive pleasure from the game. Mm-hmm. Nice. Was this podcast a mistake? Let me just put on my Law and Order crime bomber for protection.
Can you see mine in the background? It's like
Sure can. Looks great.
Yeah, I think we have time for me to run through mine.
I think so.
This is one where we're really looking at the element of hunting people. How about hunting humans as a game? We got the butcher baker here, Robert Hansen. This guy's a piece of shit too. Over an 11-year span, an 11-year spree in Alaska, from 71 to 83, he abducted women, often sex workers, transported them via plane into remote areas, released them, and hunted them down like prey. And he used his tracking and hunting skills as part of a twisted game, complete with a map that marked burial sites.
Oh,
so yeah, like obviously this is a classic case of women who are not cared about by police or society and fall victim to psychopaths and end up in really shitty scenarios. He had 17 victims that were known about, but there could have been more. And this guy was the classic. I mean, this is the classic. Had a stutter, had bad skin as a kid, a really controlling father, started fires as a child in a school bus to revenge against kids that were bullying him, described as a quiet loner. He had a wife like quite young when he got married, and divorced him after the fire incident. And he was diagnosed with manic depression and schizophrenia, which does not help the scenario either. He also got remarried, had 2 kids, and then got arrested for rape. So this guy's already like on the docket for being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
His first victim was only 18 years old, Celia Van Zaten. And then there was 17-year-old Cindy Paulson. She was offered $200 for oral sex, then at gunpoint was taken to his place, tied up, assaulted, and then he said he was taking her somewhere you can only get to by plane, fun, and she escaped his car, still handcuffed, flagged out a trucker, got police help, but the asshat was so mild-mannered that the cops believed him, not her, when she said she was trying to extort him. Then we have this guy named Glenn, who's an Alaska State Trooper, who was assigned to the team that discovered the first of the bodies found by construction workers near Eklutna Road. The body, dubbed the Eklutna Annie by investigators, was never identified. Later then, the body of Joanna Messina was discovered in a gravel pit near Seward, and in 1982 the remains of 23-year-old Sherry Morrow were discovered in a shallow grave near the Nick River. So insert famous profiler John Douglas. He was the inspiration for the Jodie Foster's boss in Silence of the Lambs, and he wrote a whole bunch of books. He's a very prolific profiler of serial killers. And he came up and was like, I'll do a profile. This guy's got hunting skills, low self-esteem, a history of being rejected by women, and would feel compelled to keep souvenirs of his murders, such as jewelry or something like that of the victims. He also suggested that he might have a stutter. So, like, using his profile, that Alaska guy, Glenn Floth, investigated possible suspects until he reached the guy who kind of fit the bill and owned a plane. With Cindy's testimonial and the profile, they got a warrant and found jewelry belonging to missing women and a map with 37 X's on it, some of which led to bodies being discovered. And let's get some names of those victims to remember them. There's Celia Beth Van Zaten, 18, Megan Siobhan Emmerich, 17, Mary Kathleen Phil, 22. We have Joanna, 24, Roxanne, Lisa, Malai, Sherry, Andrea, Sue, Tamara, Angela, Delynn, Teresa, Paula, Robin. All of them between like 19, 20, 22. And this piece of shit was given 461 years in prison, where he died of natural causes in 2014, which is a way too nice of a way to go. So I hope he's rotting in hell. And
you're hating your life.
Yep.
Afterlife.
And the parallels, obviously, here we have humans becoming part of a deadly game, like just being picked up and tossed to be tracked. Again, predatory stalking and tracking, much like the aliens in the episode, and the sadistic thrill that's derived from the hunt. This guy was a real class act. So may he rest in hell. Not rest. May he unrest in hell.
Yeah, fuck that guy. And that other guy.
and the other guy, and the all of them. And we have less than a minute, so let's close out and then we'll close it down. Unless you want to just close it down right now really fast. Oh my God.
Let's do it. Okay, it's been great.
Love
Go
you,
Blue Jays.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, love you. Hands.
Thanks for tuning in. I think we're doing an original season TOS next time. Those old scientists.
Those guys. Can't wait.
Oh my God. See you after Vegas, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Space Crime Continuum is a production of Trek Geeks, executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek podcasts, discover the other shows of Trek Geeks available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on trekgeeks.com. Coconut!